Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
Day on today, author's speech, a night on tonight, she was wisdom. There is no language nor creed where their voice, our faces is not heard and seen. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, world. With this, we welcome you to Morning Spring today on Western Spring Television, Channel 190 on Star Times DTT. We are back again for new and fresh edition of this program. Today, this Monday, 16th day of September, year 2024. The week starter, the first one for this week. Thank you for joining us. Femi Ojo remains my name. I dare ask you, how was your weekend? By the way, let me start. As they say, charity starts from home. And this one is Evelyn or charity. But good morning. How was your weekend?
Good morning, Femi. My
Yeah.
weekend was hectic, but I'm always happy when it's the weekend. But
Mm,
this weekend, it was really, really hectic. But
But was it worth it?
yeah, of course, it was worth
The
it.
end justified the means.
Exactly. It was a beautiful weekend, we thank God, and it is a beautiful day. It's Monday, and it's back to school for the kids. And I hope that even if they were not able to get all that they need, I hope they are starting the school year with so much enthusiasm,
Yeah.
joy, and happiness in them. My name is Evelyn Ohiolei, welcoming you especially to this edition. Should we
Mm.
call it the back to school edition?
Yeah.
Of Morning Spring. And to all parents, you all are doing a great job.
Yeah.
Thank you for all what you do for these kids.
Mm.
Definitely, they are going to make you proud.
Yeah. Talking about the parents, giving them kudos for harboring those individuals for the past 6 or 7
You brought
weeks.
those individuals. I mean, they brought those individuals to their space.
I know very well. And then, we are all parents are responsible. But, it's a community thing. It's supposed to be everybody's child. That's the way it used to be before we got here. But by the way, the back to school thing, at least they have today in many states, you have the holiday. There is a
Yeah.
holiday today. Yeah. So, what could not be achieved over the weekend today gives another opportunity for parents to do that as well. And just like Evelyn said, even when possibly you've not been able to dot all the I's, yeah, and cross all the T's with your preparation with things you could have bought, maybe, I want to suggest, maybe you just do it per week so that you don't crush yourself or you don't put yourself in unnecessary tension, under
Mm-hmm.
unnecessary tension rather. Also, there are parents that they sort everything for the term before the term begins
Yeah.
or everything for the month. If you can only do it per day, I think it's not be a bad one for you to do it per day if that's what your energy, your finance can carry for now because tomorrow never dies. That's a popular 007 series. You know, let's just take it one per day. At least we are alive. That's what really counts. Thank you for staying with us on this program. And it was all eyes on me kind of situation, not a two-pack song this time around, but on the Dangote refinery, the promise and everything about fuel being lifted, PMS, on Sunday, and by Saturday, we could see hundreds, of trucks, NNPC trucks at the Dangote refinery. Of course, that didn't come without this drama because on Friday and Saturday, we were hearing, in some quarters that the Dangote refinery said, NNPCL said, this somebody said
Mm.
that they should have an office inside Dangote refinery for them to monitor. Many are saying, what you're just do your work and go back to your office. But finally on Sunday, PMS was lifted, and it's more like drum rolls after like 50 years,
Mm.
of inconsistency, with refineries. Yes, it did work for the past 20 years. It has really not been working. So an indigenous work, one rather, on commercial quantity rolled out PMS and it has been lifted. It's been lifted rather. But then I don't know what it is with Dangote Refinery, NNPCL, and drama. And
Mm.
then the drama, while we are supposed to be happy, in a kind of way, then the issue of pricing came up yesterday, and that's what people are still chewing it today. How much was it lifted? The NNPCL came out to say the price that was, given by the NNPCL, that's not how much we sold it to them. And I just asking, so if you are denying that particular price, how much did you sell to them? And we are waiting for answers. You kind of feel like you're having a good news at some point, and then the drama. Since the launch of this Dangote refinery, it has been from one drama to the other. So
yeah.
that's where we are.
I mean, I saw the video of the vice president of Dangote Industries yesterday saying that it is a proud moment for Nigerians that finally we get to leave petrol from the Dangote refinery. But you came up with the issue of pricing, and Nigerians are not even buying this. It's a proud moment for us. Yes, we know that it should be a proud moment for us, but because of in Nigerian parlance, the Shegebanza Nigerians have seen in the past few months, on this issue of fuel, they are not even talking about whether it's a proud moment for us or anything. All they want to know is how much is Dangote going to sell this fuel to the NNPCL, and how much will the NNPCL sell to the final consumers. And we also heard that the marketers are asking the Dangote refinery to allow them to buy directly from their refinery, not go through the NNPC.
NNPCL,
so it's a whole lot, like you said, is drama upon drama. But what the average Nigerian actually wants right now is just to buy fuel at an affordable price and not to queue before getting it. Let it be accessible, let it be affordable. That's what the average Nigerian wants right now. And I think that should be the prerogative of the government, and also their concern at this time to ensure that the product gets to the ordinary Nigerian at a very fair price.
Yes, exactly. And news have it this morning that NNPC, they have released their prices from Dangote refinery. Says it bought it. They are buying a liter from Dangote at 898, but that was the same price that NNPCL guy said, no, we didn't sell it to you at that price. And the question is, if you are denying that something is not true, right? I think it's only right that you say, oh, this is the real price, and Nigerians are waiting. But then it could have been a proud moment, so to speak, but then the drama around it, Nigerians might not care at this time. We just want to have it. Either it's from Dangote, or from Gote Dam, or from Femi Ohiolei refinery, or Evelyn refinery. Let's have it. Let it be available. Let it be accessible, and let it be affordable. That's just it. We take this quick break. When we return, we'll be delving straight to the front pages of different papers. Headline segment is next. Stay with us. All right, I will be starting from the Nigerian Tribune. The Nigerian Tribune for today, at the front page, Edo PDP APC beaker over alleged plan removal of Obaseki's security. It's going to be going down this weekend what's your people's motto again? The heartbeat, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and we hope the heartbeat will be regular. It won't be palpitating, and that's the beauty of democracy. That's the way it should be. Edo PDP APC beaker over alleged planned removal of Obaseki security, and riders, Anyoko, international community watching INEC and others. Any manipulation will cause exodus of Nigerians to Europe. PDP, really? Okay, and wants EU to prevail on INEC, others to respect will of electorate. Wants EU, to prevail. Why this is not bad at all, but it sounds like we are handing over our integrity for monitoring by foreign observers. I'm not sure that's a proud thing to do, by telling people from outside your compound to say, please help me watch over my compound, because I don't trust the people in my compound. I think that explains it as well, when you have to tell foreign observers and foreign countries to help you rein in characters in your own country so that we behave ourselves. I think that's not a proud one. That's my opinion, by the way. And the federal government begins nationwide distribution of CNG conversion kits. Interesting. You can see the pictures of some individuals here. From left, compressed natural gas technician, Mesovest Limited, Deshiji Abowaba, head of technical department, Aziz Adekombi, regional CNG expansion coordinator, presidential compressed natural gas initiative, and Ogbina Oyenekwe, a strategic project advisor, Yinka Rufai, during the flag off of certification of commercial vehicles for CNG conversion, an initiative of the PCNGI on Sunday. And of course, that's the same thing. Of the picture of recipients displayed their kits during the presentation of the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Conversion Center at Rolling Energy Filling Station, Abuja Highway in Kaduna on Sunday. I think there's one area people should tap into as well, to create business and then make some money. We hope everything will be flourishing the way it has been, flagged off. Again, moving on, this one, Meduguri flawed. NCOS declares 281 inmates missing. That's Correctional Service. Meduguri flawed. NCOS, that's Correctional Service, declares 281 inmates missing. And here, UN team arrives Borno on assessment visit. Atiku in Meduguri donates 100 million to victims. Nigerian Air Force airlift aids to flood-hit Meduguri residents. Nigeria receives 50 tons of relief materials from UAE. That is one situation. We'll be looking into that Borno flood and everything around it, the humanitarian effect, the security angle to that, the health, angle of that disaster that just happened in Meduguri, and people of that particular place are still counting their losses. All right, Ekiti to suspend 15 billion naira. Oh, I take that again. Ekiti to spend 15 billion naira on construction of Adoiworoko Ifaki Federal Road. And survivors of Uniben building collapse recount ordeal. Sorry about that, Evelyn. Implementation of e-call up system on Lekki Ekpe corridor begins, and Nigerians continue to lament high cost of cooking gas. Nigerians are lamenting. We purchased petrol from Dangote at 898 naira per litre NNPCL, and a rider to that says your quoted price incorrect. Dangote refinery and federal government's $900 million bond. Naira strengthens forex reserves up by $620 million in 10 days. I tell this one again. I think we've spoken about that. We purchased petrol from Dangote at 898 naira per litre NNPCL, but the rider says your quoted price incorrect. Dangote refinery. So the question should be, as I've said repeatedly, so what's the correct price? We don't have that yet. That will be all from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune.
Let's head on to Daily Trust newspaper. Let's see what it has for us this morning. Boldly written on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper this morning, it's on the Maiduguri flood. 400 million naira budgeted for Alau Dam in 4 years. With some riders, dam neglected for years. This is coming from Zulum, that's the governor. Its defects discovered 9 years ago. That's according to a report. And fear of disease grows as Borno decries harmful practices. Survivors wash, cook with contaminated water. And this, I say, is a sad one. This is still the same water that you have all kinds of stuff in it. We have animals washed into that same flood.
Reptiles.
We have dead bodies, corpses washed into that same flood. We have people doing their, waste into that same flood.
Themselves.
So it's a whole lot, and they are still cooking with the same contaminated water. I mean, my degree right now is going through a lot, and like we called out, some other states to help out. A lot of people have said that this is not no natural disaster as people had thought it was, that it is due to the negligence
that was the initial,
of the government, successive government, I should say, and also this present administration, because was it some weeks ago, we're told that residents around that particular area where the
Allow
dam
dam,
is
yeah.
located had actually made cries to the government to say, see, this thing, we are scared that it might let go anytime soon. And there was a delegation that went there and they said there is nothing to worry about. This was just weeks ago. And
Yeah.
now you have this. So I think the government should be held accountable for what has happened in Maiduguri. This is not the time. I mean, the federal government had donated 3 billion naira. Alaji Atiku had donated 100 million naira. Some older, well-meaning Nigerians would have donated. This is not the time to cash out.
Governor of Adama, 50 million.
We hope
But it's
that
not even just about the cash.
we hope
That's
that
emergency right there.
yeah, but we hope that the cash will be put in good use for the people, not just
That's another angle.
not just
because you know
to
I read
get
about
the cash.
the support from UAE as well, and the first thing that came to my mind, we hope that support will get to the right people.
Exactly.
So that some people will not be unfortunate, and they will go the normal way we usually do.
I mean, it's very, very important that the people there, we have, I don't want to imagine what the women that have babies are going through at this time. They can't get food.
Themselves?
The women themselves, the girls themselves.
The natural
how
way of a
are
woman.
they coping at this time? I saw videos of, is it Namara and some official security agencies attending to these people, giving them bread. And I wondered, even the way they were giving the bread, it was more like we were in a war-torn situation.
It's not awesome, yeah.
It's not really. I mean, these are human beings, not
you know,
animals.
Right? I don't feel it's just the anyhowness we are used to around here, and I'm saying this with no remorse at all. Is the fact that that thing that has happened, right? Should be in the news till everybody gets fine, because it's an emergency, not just a mere emergency. It's a humanitarian emergency.
Yeah.
Every instrument of governance should be deployed to that place to make the people know that we are with you. Every person, political parties, leaders at all level, the health ministry, the security agencies, and you know, we should give kudos, because we've seen pictures and videos of especially members of the military doing a lot, carrying people on their shoulders, ferrying them, supporting them. And this is one information that we should churn out more as well, because it's not when some unfortunate personnel descend on the people and make mess of them that we should be loud about it. When they are doing humanitarian work as well, we should speak to it, and they have been really trying. But then you know the way we usually move on very quickly here. Now, it happened last week. This week, you can be sure maybe it's now a Borno State problem.
Yeah.
Politicians are coming, making noise and giving donations and showing that we are there. They will still use it to attack themselves. We are not even bothered. Every state government, every human being should be concerned about what is happening in Borno State, because that is one bad disaster.
It is. And we can see the photograph of people in IDPs. Normally, Borno has, you know, so many IDPs due to security issues and all of that.
Yes, yeah.
Now, imagine adding, you know, over 1 million people displaced by this flood, because we hear that 70% of the state of Maiduguri has been covered with these waters. But we hope that the government will do the right things.
Just maybe, this was preventable, just like you said.
It actually was. Moving on, Obasanjo Abdulsalami Gusso meet IBB. What's the meeting for? Get onto Daily Trust and read more for yourself. Uganda Airlines debuts direct flights to Abuja, and 400 jobs to go as Scotland's only refinery shuts down in 2025. Nigeria is getting a refinery up. Scotland is shutting the refinery down. I mean, it is what it is. And we hear that 400 jobs will be lost. Cholera kills 4, hospitalizes 36 in Adamawa. Still talking about this cholera issue. We know what to expect with this flood in Maiduguri. The cholera, tolls may go higher. And I hope that the necessary agencies and institutions are already doing proactive measures, giving proactive measures to curtail this. Top strip of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning: a hotel owner, manager, guest, 2 vigilantes shot dead by kidnappers. Sad one this Monday morning. Malid, Tinubu speaker, governors, others felicitate with the Muslims, and that's the holiday we have today. So congratulations to all Muslims out there. NNPC lifts 70 trucks of petrol in fresh dispute with Dangote. We've talked about the drama between the NNPC and Dangote earlier on, and it's drama upon drama. When Dangote wanted to churn out fuel, it was drama. When the NNPC wanted to lift off it was drama. I mean, when will this drama stop? That's the question on the lips of many Nigerians. But that will be all from Daily Trust newspaper this morning.
All right, while we were talking about the resumption day, we had to put it there that today is a holiday, yeah, and it is in commemorating the birthday of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, especially by the Muslim faithful, the Islamic faithfuls as well. So congratulations to our Muslim and Muslim brothers and sisters as well on this occasion, and that's why possibly the president has congratulated all Muslims on Eid Maulud. Moving on to The Guardian right now, The Guardian newspaper. Confusion over pump price, subsidy as federal government offtakes Dangote's petrol. Check that again. And confusion over pump price and subsidy as federal government offtakes Dangote's petrol again. This was subsidy. We just hope one day it will go away, especially on the PMS part. But some will say maybe it shouldn't go away. We should just whatever we need to do to just make Nigerians, feel better about themselves. That is what we should do. And you can see the picture of the key man, the president. That's the Minister for Petroleum there, Mele Kyari of the NNPCL, and the man, Aliko Dangote, they are the chairman of the refinery, and some trucks wait. This particular device in green is the one that has been causing ripples. By the way, it didn't generate a ripple, but that's the dispenser. And when people see that, you want to feel how much are we buying right now? The fuel nozzle. NNPC insists on 898 naira per liter, excluding associated cost. Tinubu gives ministers 1,200 bags of rice each as palliatives for distribution. Here we go. Evelyn. Rice and rice and rice. Tinubu gives ministers 1,200 bags of rice each as palliatives for distribution. So we should be calling on the ministerial representative in Osun State. That's who now? Former Governor Itola. Where is our rice? Because that's what we are saying. According to
I still don't understand why the ministers are getting 1,200 bags each of rice to
for
distribute.
distribution. Yeah.
I mean, why?
I don't know. That's what we are saying.
Why should the ministers? They are
for them to distribute.
It's fine.
How
do we even measure this distribution? How do we know that this distribution is not just going to be based on political,
partisan affiliations?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
because political parties nominated, the representative of each state. So these are the issues. So many persons.
Why give the ministers 1,200 bags?
Maybe I just don't know.
There are representatives, senators, the people voted for. Definitely, when you give the senators and your reps this, they can ask.
Is it different? Will it be different?
It might not be, but
because we are hearing that some parliamentarians got money.
I don't see
for
the reason
to help their constituency members. And some might say, no, I didn't get to. What's the difference between them?
The structure or the plan was to sell this rice at lesser price.
I'm not sure it's the sold rice. I'm not sure it's the 40,000 naira rice.
I don't know what this rice is all about, but I'm not.
You're not impressed.
I'm not impressed.
And you don't. You are not sure of the distribution channel.
No.
Interesting one there. I just feel maybe the government wants to see. Maybe not giving it to the state. I mean, giving it to the state, maybe it hasn't worked. Obviously, it hasn't worked. That's why they want to see the representatives.
What will 1,200 bags of rice do in a local government, let alone in a state?
We don't even know the kind of bags. Maybe it's 25 kg or 5 kg. Interesting one. There's Nigerians are watching, by the way, and they will not be taken for a ride because these things are not just, it's not just adding up. Eid Maulud, Tinubu greets Muslims as IGP orders security beef up And telecom operators set to deactivate unlinked SIMs as a deadline expires. I think the deadline is today. Yeah, so by tomorrow you might wake up and not, if actually you have not done that. And Obasanjo meets with IBB Abdusalam Guso in Mina. These gentlemen, some I regard them as the owners.
Political biggest wigs. They're not big wigs.
The biggest eagles alive at this
Yeah.
point. Bank sack 49 as fraud related losses spiked by 9,004% in quarter two. 49 persons have lost their job due to fraud related losses spiked by 9,004% in quarter two. That's a lot. And Edoguba, state government alleges plan to withdraw Baseki's security detail. Okay, isn't that supposed to be the case during election? Then political office holders and VIPs are not supposed to have, security detail attached to them because they're supposed. In fact, they are not even supposed to follow them, to the polling center. But the IGP last week at a forum said, said, yes, the security details will be withdrawn, but they will do what they have to do to secure the big guys as well. And Meduguri flood, federal government releases pictures of 281 fleeing inmates, captures 7. You see the picture of the Minister of Interior there. At Bottom Street, synagogue building collapse. Group laments non-prosecution of indictees of 10th anniversary. You remember that particular day that the news came up and the video circulated about the collapse of that building. Until now, nothing concrete has been heard. That will be all from the front page of The Guardian.
All right, let's get on to the Punch newspaper this morning. On the Punch newspaper today, petrol price, Dangote and NPC differ as refinery supplies 16 million liters. And rider here, marketers await price after Dangote counters NNPC on 898 naira per liter PMS. Dealers allege fuel sale monopoly. And Labour Party, Abure sues INEC over caretaker exco. All right, Abure is not going down without a fight. How I was rescued from collapse at the building. This is coming from the landlord's daughter. I mean, it's good news that all victims were rescued alive from that particular building collapse that happened in a Kosodin area in Benin City. NIN SIM linkage, telcos begin disconnection as deadline and top corner. NCOS contacts Interpol over 281 burn fleeing inmates. Where are your data? I mean, we hear that the pictures of the fleeing inmates has been released, but then we hope there are accurate data to nab this inmate. Malud, Tinubu governors urge prayers for peace, unity. 2027, Wike's loyalists move against Fubara second term bid. Edo corner for the Edo governorship poll, APC PDP clash over Regan plot, and with a rider on Wike's cousin as wreck. Get to page 30 to read more details of that particular story for yourself, and this is all from the Punch newspaper.
Interesting one there. When the wreck thing in River State, what politicians do actually is actually interesting, very, very interesting. Whatever comes from them as well. Talking about Edo State, we now have different Edo corner, especially because of the election coming up. This weekend, we wish the good people of Edo State well. And very quick one on this day newspaper, very quick one. Second assassination attempt on Trump in 2 months. Suspect in custody who wants the life of Donald J. Trump, who wants him off the radar, who wants him, removed from the surface of the earth. Sometimes when some of these things happen, especially Donald J. Trump being a controversial figure himself, the conversation will be either for or against. By the way, Federal government lifting of petrol at Dangote refinery marks return of industrialization. Good to know. NNPC set, Ryder says, NNPC sets Lagos price at 950 naira per litre. Board knows as 1,019 naira per litre for Dangote fuel. For Dangote fuel. How do we get to a filling station? He said, please, it's Dangote fuel that you people should sell for me because it's 950. Interesting one. Or you get to a filling station and you say, what do you guys have? Is it Dangote or imported?
Is it
Sounds
local?
like,
Local
is
or
it local?
it sounds like rice. I want to
I'm
buy the
telling you,
local one. It's the local one you should sell for
the
me.
foreign one because local is 950. Oh. I know the price. Oh.
Imported is 1 2. In for a
I've
great
just had a
time.
good laugh.
Yeah.
And the National Oil Company assures fuel queues to disappear in few days. I don't like this few days thing. You know, put a date in the next 4 days, in the next 1 week. That's all. But you know, Nigeria, many persons doesn't want to be held accountable because after 2 weeks, if the thing hasn't cleared, you will hear he said few days. A few days can be as many days as they come. Declares Naira for crude arrangements to ease forex volatility. Fuel scarcity in Nigeria over. What $10 says. That's my guy. Let me $10 speaking there. All right. And here, presidential initiative signs deals with 75 firms to expand the use of gas-powered vehicles nationwide. If this, particular initiative is as good as they say, Nigerians should be happy about it. But then the conversion centers, we learned some persons have been given the kits. More conversion centers will be established. More technicians will be trained because that's one thing as well. When the issues come up with this CNG powered initiative, do we have enough technicians to take care of it so that I won't still take it to somewhere I'm almost mentioning names now to say, let me look at it. And the person is used to the analog way of doing things. And you say, Nigerian artisans, they never tell you they can't do it. They tell you, small thing.
Yeah.
Raise up. You say, guy, your injector don't cut. Interesting one. Target over 1 million free kits. Yeah, let it roll. 1 million free kits. Interesting. Very interesting headlines in today's papers. By the way, Tinubu back in Abuja over visits to China and UK. All right, we are waiting. And the president has granted an interview or spoke on the matter to say it was quite successful, very successful. And Nigerians are waiting. We wish Mr. President all the best as well. But all these trips, we hope it yields result, tangible result, and we should have deadlines. That's the matter. Don't just come back and say it was successful and that's all. And then everybody's status quo remains, and then we are moving on. That will be all from the front pages of our newspapers today. And we take this break right now. When we come back, we speak to a very important matter. We highlighted on some of the issues, the serious humanitarian issue that has come with the busting of the Alau Dam in Maiduguri in Borno State, and it is a very, 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 very bad situation. We'll be taking angles to that particular incident as well. Where are we on it right now? Donations fly in right, left, and center. But will it get to the people? How did we get here? Was it preventable? What do we do moving on, especially for states that have dams in their areas as well? And in fact, our emergency response and our prevention mechanism towards preventing disaster, not just about dams, but responding to things and people, holding capacities to respond to issues so that we don't find ourselves in this very preventable situation that has become very disastrous and people's lives have been lost. Almost 300 persons have been lost so far. The numbers of livestock lost cannot even be, said, given at this time. And it's a lot. We'll look into that in detail when we come back from this break. It's still Morning Spring on Western Spring Television, beaming live on channel 190 Start Times DTT, and also on our YouTube channel at Western Spring TV. Please stay with us.